Hi, this is Mr. Kays. This is 5.4, and we're going to be talking about the conqueror of the then known world. Was he Greek? Not really. Did he speak Greek? Yes, he did. He was Alexander the Great. Now some background about Alexander. His father was Philip II, a Macedonian king. Now Macedonia was a hilly or a mountainous country north of Greece. The Greeks looked down on the Macedonians. They did speak Greek, but they were seen as kind of hillbillies and really not taken seriously. Philip wants to rule Greece, but the Greeks really didn't consider him a threat. It being mountainous, Macedonia is to the north of Greece. And as I said before, the Greeks looked down on Macedonia as barbaric or uncivilized. The growing threat in the north was not really seen by the Greeks as anything, except a Greek speaker or orator by the name of Demosthenes. He's going to warn the Greek city-states that Macedonia should be taken as a threat. Well, they didn't, and it was too late. Philip invades Greece, defeats the city-states, and takes it over. Now, Philip doesn't get a chance to enjoy ruling over Greece because at the wedding of his daughter, he's murdered by a former guardsman, a former bodyguard. He's stabbed to death, and now Philip is dead. Enter Alexander. Alexander is going to take over at the ripe old age of 20. By age 17, he was riding in his dad's cavalry and leading troops, so he's an experienced cavalry officer. So, having the vision that his dad had, he wants to invade other lands. So he takes his Macedonian army, incorporates the Greeks in his army, and now he's going to go across the Aegean Sea and he's going to attack Persia. He's got 35,000 men. He crosses over and he starts to win victory after victory. Now, the king of Persia at that time is Darius III. He had more men than Alexander did, but his army was defeated because Alexander is going to use infantry and cavalry tactics to defeat the enemy. So he's going to go eastward across the province of Anatolia. Now Darius is going to continue to try to hold him back, but he can't. The Macedonians are going to win victory after victory. He tries to make peace with Alexander. Alexander would have none of it. Now, halfway through Anatolia, he turns his army south, and he is going to invade the Holy Land of Palestine and gets down into Egypt, and he takes over Egypt. They're going to surrender peacefully to Alexander, and so he worships in the temple of their gods, and he makes friends with the Egyptians, takes some of their men, and he's going to add it to his army. You see what's happening here? He adds army men, or men to his army as he conquers other lands. Now, instead of settling down and ruling, he continues to attack. And he goes back and he defeats the rest of the Persians. At the Battle of Gaugamela, Persian resistance is finally crushed. Darius III runs away, and finally he's captured and killed. So Alexander has Persia to himself. He doesn't settle for that. He crosses the Indus River, and he's going to defeat India like a hot knife through butter. It's a situation where nobody can stop this guy. His army wins victory after victory. Now, no army can stop him except one, his own. After fighting for 11 years, they're sick and tired. They've traveled over 11,000 miles in 11 years. They want to go home. Alexander knows he can't push him anymore. There's going to be mutiny. So he agrees reluctantly to turn his army home, and it's going to be a long journey. When he gets to the city of Babylon in ancient Iraq, he is 33 years old. He falls ill of a fever, and it's not going to be pretty. He knows he's going to die. On his deathbed, he predicts that his empire, though huge, is going to be ripped apart by his generals. Can Alexander's son take over? Well, Alexander's son is an infant. His generals jump at the chance to take over. His one general, Antigonus, took the Greek city-states. Ptolemy, who loved Egypt and wanted to be a pharaoh, took Egypt. And Seleucus takes Persia. Each of the generals rules as a king. And there's really no democracy. I want you to see this map here. They start in Macedonia, go all the way through Persian territory, coming down into the Holy Land, takes over Egypt, continues on up, defeats the rest of the Persians, and then is able to continue on, crosses the Indus River, and will take over part of India. On his way home, he dies. That's it. That is good old Alexander and his legacy. Well, this is 5.4. This is Mr. K's, and I'll see you maybe crossing the Indus. Bye-bye.